No, don't. Don't.
Listen, do you know what does scare me, though?
The future.
Yes. Also the present. I'm terrified of the present. I have a crippling fear of the present, as do most people these days, I'd wager. But my fear is very specific. AI. We've been talking about it recently on this channel. We did a video a couple of weeks ago with the old dall-e Mini, which has become a bit of a meme sensation. Everyone's talking about the dall-e Mini. Everybody's talking about the dall-e Mini, dall-e Mini, dall-e Mini. You see, some of you may be aware of this, but I sometimes have a day job. I write television shows for a living sometimes. What scares me is AI coming for my job.
No.
It's happening.
Surely not.
It's happening
Have you
already.
Seen AI art lately? It's not exactly pretty.
It doesn't stop at AI art. I set myself a challenge to see whether AI could write a better Star Wars film. Not just write the script, but compose the music, perform all the roles, create the visuals, the works. It even came up with a title. And we're going to show you that Star Wars movie at the end of the episode. Before we do show that, though, some of our special friends are going to read out some of the early attempts that I made at creating this Star Wars epic.
It was a dark time for Darth Vader. The Emperor had been insulting him left and right, and all Vader wanted was to enjoy a simple sausage. But try as he might, he couldn't get the sausage through his mask. He tried biting it in half, but that only led to a sausage-shaped hole in his mask. He tried tearing it apart with his hands, but the sausage was just too big. In a last-ditch effort, Vader used the Force to compress the sausage until it was small enough to fit through his mask, and finally, he was able to take a bite of the delicious sausage. The Emperor might have been able to mock him, but there was no way that he could deny that Vader was the master of the sausage.
I want to show you some of the.
Oh God!
What's going
Oh
on?
God, there's so much hair everywhere.
Jesus, it's just a little bit of hair. They can't even see it on the camera.
Oh yeah, I know, but I can see it, and it wiggles when you talk, and it just like really distracts me.
Wriggles like a worm. Imagine if I had
Yeah,
a
it
worm.
does.
Would you be disgusted if during filming a worm came out my nose?
Yes. Would you not be disgusted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did that.
Oh, no.
Like a little white worm.
No.
Right.
No, that's basically a maggot.
Yeah,
No,
but
that's
a
foul.
long slender maggot came out my nose.
Stop. I actually feel like I'm going to throw up. Oh. No, that's horrible.
It's
Why do you do that?
So we're going to have a look at some of the AI experiments that are online that you can try for yourself. This is called "This Person Does Not Exist."
No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So every time you refresh, you get a new fake person. Ooh,
There's something weird about his eyes.
he looks like a Trump.
His eye size doesn't
Eye
fit with the
size.
rest of his...
Eye size.
Yeah, his eye size doesn't fit with the rest.
Terrorist organisation.
His eye size doesn't fit with the rest of his face.
Does it not? Maybe
no.
he's just a beady boy. Beady eye band. Oh, look at that. Oh,
Yeah,
that's not right.
no.
That one isn't right.
Again, it's the eyes.
But at first glance-
there's something not right there.
If you put that as your Facebook profile picture,
No.
that one's
That
good.
one's good.
Although this eye, look, her left eye looks a little bit wonky. Yeah, so she's a little bit boss-eyed. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Oh, he looks like trouble. What's this here down below? what's peeking through?
That's like they've mixed a kid's face with an adult's face.
Yeah, but he could be like one of
it's
those kids that look like an adult.
Yeah, no, but Something not right there.
Oh, he could be.
No,
Okay,
what is he? The eyes don't fit the face.
Character actor, tennis player.
No, that one's good.
The thing I love
one's
about
good.
these is that you can say anything to these people. You can sort of slander them all you want, and you know, for instance, he's a murderer. He's literally a murderer.
He does not look like a murderer. He looks like a lovely grandpa.
But none of them want you to think they're a murderer. They all try to look like lovely grandpas.
I'm sure some murderers are proud of the fact they're murderers.
Cannibal. Murderer. Murderer. What's going on with his hat? Okay, so it doesn't get it
something's
right
gone wrong
entirely.
there. What is that?
That's not bad,
no,
but her hair is...
Paul, that's terrible. Look at the hair. It looks
what
so
about
fake.
it? Oh, he's a murderer. He dissolves his victims in acid.
Good. Singer.
Pervert.
Singer and pervert.
Pervert.
No, politician.
Pervert.
No.
Pervert.
Wait, go back.
I can't go back. Once you refresh, they've gone forever.
I wanted to know what was
They've
on
been
that person's
slandered.
head.
Human remains. You like cats?
Yeah, love
Inexplicably.
cats.
Right, draw a cat.
All right, here
On
we
that.
go. The cat in the hat.
No, just a cat. Okay. Round head. One ear or a shard of glass that's stuck in his...
The murderer's got it. I
Yeah.
am going to give it a hat.
No.
Yes.
Okay, fine. It's a tiny beady eye.
It's a bee. What did you call that guy? A beader. Beady.
Beady. People with beady eyes. What they're called beaders. Right, quick, slender body. Right.
Slender body.
Right, quick.
Needs legs.
Speed draw.
Needs legs. Whee!
Okay, big time.
Oh, that was a
Right,
horrible
now
sound.
process. There's your cat.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, it
I
leaves
think
something
cat
to be desired.
Artists' jobs are safe.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there was a terrible threat facing the galaxy. Space diarrhea was sweeping through the galaxy, affecting everyone from the young Padawans to the wise old Jedi Masters. The Jedi were desperately trying to find a cure, but each time they seemed to get closer, another outbreak would occur. The first victim was Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was out on a mission when he suddenly started feeling unwell. At first, he thought it was just a stomach bug, but then he started passing watery stools. He tried to hold it in, but eventually he couldn't help but let loose. The stench was unbearable, and the other Jedi had to hold their noses as they helped him back to the ship. As the ship sped back to Coruscant, Obi-Wan's condition worsened. He was soon passing stools every few minutes, and the ship's toilets were overflowing. The other Jedi were starting to get worried, and they were all starting to feel a bit queasy. When they finally arrived back on Coruscant, Obi-Wan was rushed to the medical bay. The doctors ran tests, but they couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. They tried everything they could, but Obi-Wan's condition continued to deteriorate. Eventually, the doctors had to face the sad truth. There was no cure for space diarrhea, and Obi-Wan was going to die. The other Jedi were devastated. They held a special ceremony for Obi-Wan, and then they went back to their ships and continued their search for a cure. But no matter how hard they tried, they couldn't find one. Space diarrhea was spreading through the galaxy, and there was nothing anyone could do to stop it.
This is Computosa, which is what I used for the music for my Star Wars film.
Ooh.
Now, you
AI
can...
music. Okay, this I haven't experienced.
This is not the
before.
only AI music thing out there. This one's pretty basic. I mean, bear in mind as well, these are just what they're giving to us for free.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Imagine
yeah.
what professional
So let's say,
AI.
what mood do you want? Happy or sad?
Let's do sad to match our
Okay,
mood.
tempo, very slow, medium, fast, very fast.
Sad but very fast.
What instrument would you like? Piano, guitar, steel guitar, French horn, clarinet, string ensemble, oboe.
Steel guitar, please.
You want to make it classical music?
Classical.
Yes. Do you want some drums?
Yes.
Yes. More dissonant. Let's just do
No.
optional. Let's press play.
I think it's hard to make sad music that's fast paced.
All right, let's change to major. Okay, here we go.
That's not sad.
It even comes up with the titles. This is called Candle for Little Nothing.
Oh, that's great. But it doesn't sound sad.
It's not. I've changed it to major. That means happy.
Oh.
So that's another one. What? Oh, The Word Forgets the Men. These are prog. These are prog titles.
These are good titles.
Silence Runs Blindly. I love that as a title.
Oh, man, I want to steal some of these titles.
Here's the thing, right, about creativity. Okay.
Creativity.
Okay, yes, I got crossed up.
Crossed up. He got crossed up.
If only it's not working. If only I
so
was an
annoying.
AI. Imagine that. Imagine if I was AI and then you could
I
just
hope not.
debug me and defrag me.
Hi everyone, my name's Ron. I call Internet Man. I'm just an AI man that was created to be the perfect man on internet. Okay, let's go. You ready to see my tour of my hometown, Cyberspace and Internet? Let's go. When you look at me, you probably want to kiss my face all over, but you can't because I'm not real. I just come called to man. This is my street that I live on. It's not real street, it's Internet Street. I live next door to Ask Jeeves. He lived there a long time, old man, and the Microsoft paperclip. He very unhelpful.
Clearly these programs, these AI things, this machine learning, they're having the inputs are sort of from what's already established out there. Now, that is effectively what all of us who kind of do anything creative
Yeah.
does. We are a sum of our influences.
There are no true original ideas on the earth. Everything is
A derivative of
is-
everything else.
Yes, true.
The thing is, what AI can't have is experiences, and that is what really gives art its meaning. You know, personal experience. If we are the sum of our experiences, and that experience feeds into whatever art we create, whether it be it music, paintings, stories, whatever. You know, weird YouTube videos. You know, once AI can start having experiences that it can apply meaning to, then can it then create art that has meaning in and of itself? Because at the moment, all it can do is simulate the sort of the grounded sort of realism and the truth and the meaning that should be baked into any artistic endeavour.
Or it just simulates the style
Yes.
that it's picking its art from.
Yes. Philosophical debates about art? No, I can't believe it's an episode of Digitiser either. But here we are. I find it scary that, because here's the thing. When, in my job as a writer, you know, you're often asked to come up with an idea or work on a project or something that, you know, when you work for a living in a commercial environment and you're not just creating art for art's sake, so to speak. When you work in a commercial environment, you know, and for instance, we're in this sort of streaming universe where shows are all vying for attention with one another and all trying to sort of get eyeballs on them. What commissioners are wanting to do are create shows that people are going to want to watch. That's how, you know, they're not making it for art's sake.
Yes.
You know, okay,
it's a
people,
business.
It's a business. Now, when it gets to a point where algorithms and machine learning and AI can churn that stuff out, you know, on a kind of mathematical level, then that's us all screwed as writers, really.
Yeah, but does mathematics have soul?
Well,
Does it have emotion? Does it have spirit?
but if what you're doing are kind of cookie cutter TV shows anyway, that
Are they going to be that good though? Because the characters aren't going to have that special depth and twist that only a human can give them.
well, maybe we'll get to a point
Unless-
where then humans have to come in and tweak and kind of, you know, do a pass on the script. But
Yeah, or the human actors take the AI script and add humanity to it.
But you sort of see it with you know, and I love Marvel, I love Star Wars, you know, unashamedly. But you sort of see what they're having to do to get people to watch their shows is they're having to kind of go, what we're giving you is something that you've seen before. So you like superhero shows, here's some superhero shows. However, what they're then doing, because there are still sort of creative people behind them, they're then going, well, this one, such as Moon Knight, is actually a show about someone with dissociative identity disorder, you know, or this show
But it's dressed up as a superhero.
or this
film.
show such as Ms. Marvel is actually a teen drama. She-Hulk is which is upcoming, is going to be a sitcom, but you're not going to know that until you start watching. You know, they're using kind of the genre as a Trojan horse.
Yeah.
and trying to be, you know, it's a formula. Marvel have a formula.
So what about this theory that we've heard that, for example, The Force Awakens was created with a similar kind of cookie cutter formula because
Absolutely.
they copied the beats from the original film, cut and pasted them. And I've heard people say that they even did that in the recent Kenobi series.
Oh, it's like poetry.
It was
it
like,
rhymes.
all right, we're going to take that scene and copy it and place it in this new show. It's basically the same scene. We just changed the background a bit. The characters are similar but different sometimes. That feels like it's very cookie cutter.
It absolutely is. I don't mind because I do want more of the same when it comes to that stuff. Because
I don't mind because I haven't got a great memory, so it's as if I haven't even seen it, the original.
For me, it makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside because it's nostalgia.
And this is why they keep churning out the same stuff, though.
It
and
is.
giving us, like, you know, like Spider-Man 27. There's like 80,000 Batman films. There's 1 million Spider-Man films.
Exactly. And the AI comes into it, even on something like Netflix, where if any of you ever notice this, the thumbnails that you get on Netflix often change. And the reason they change is based upon your viewing preferences. So let's say you've watched a post-apocalyptic drama. They'll change the thumbnail for instance, Queer Eye, to look like a post-apocalyptic show with...
That's one I want to see.
With Jonathan Van Ness in it.
I would like to see a thumbnail for Queer Eye in a post-apocalyptic theme.
That's an extreme example, but if you like romances, they'll give you a thumbnail that plays up the romantic aspects of a film or TV show or whatever. They do that.
I want to pay more attention to our thumbnails now and see what it's giving us.
You sometimes see them change. I've seen them
really?
change, yeah, and they change automatically. They have multiple thumbnails for each show. That sort of AI algorithm is going to end up being applied to the work itself, you know, and the ideas as well. You know, Marvel are very clever in that.
So it comes up with the ideas.
That's where I think we're headed. All right, there'll always be a place for art in the world, but I think there's going to be a time when these big studios are so competitive that they will rely upon. I mean, yeah, we always, you know, day-to-day life, you know, we get targeted ads. We're going to get targeted shows that are specifically for us.
Is this already kind of happening on a human level? Because, like, I've heard of YouTubers who will tailor their content because they'll search Google. They'll search for the most popular searched for Google terms or whatever to see what people are wanting to watch or what's trending at the moment to be watched. Obviously, we don't do that. And then they will tailor their content according to those analytics.
Yeah, and I think that is happening. We're going to, you know, this video itself, the title of whatever it is, I don't know what it is. We're going to use AI to try and come up with a title for this video. I'm going to do all the SEO through AI if I can, all of it.
So whatever title you've seen already under this video, that was created by AI.
I'm also going to give it an AI thumbnail.
No, gross. Boo. Why are you so not scareable? Why are you so not scareable?
Just cool guy. just really cool guy.
Darth Vader had been on his way to speak with the Emperor about a pressing matter when he heard a strange noise coming from the Emperor's chambers. As he approached, the noise grew louder, and he realized that it was the sound of someone crying. He entered the room to find the Emperor huddled in the corner of the shower, his body shaking and his face contorted in fear. When he saw Darth Vader, the Emperor let out a terrified scream. It took a moment for Vader to realize what was happening, but then he saw the loaf of bread on the floor of the shower. It was a simple loaf of bread, but the Emperor had been hallucinating and saw it as a human face. He was terrified of the bread, thinking it was going to hurt him. Vader was unsure what to do, but he knew he had to comfort the Emperor. He slowly approached him and wrapped his arms around him, letting the Emperor cry into his chest. He spoke soothing words to him and promised that he would protect him from the bread. The Emperor slowly began to calm down, and eventually the fear left his eyes. It was a strange moment for Vader, but he was glad he could be there for the Emperor in his time of need.
I want to show you how I wrote the script for my Star Wars movie.
Okay.
So this is, and we'll use this to generate some of the art as well. this is just a suggestion. Write a tagline for an ice cream shop. So you can ask it to write anything.
Right.
Now, this is when it gets really scary for me, because this thing is actually shit hot at churning out stuff really quickly. I mean, I don't quite know how it comes up with these things, whether it kind of sort of sends out, or, you know, a search onto sort of Wikipedia, looks for stories to compare. Let me show you what I started with the Star Wars story.
Okay.
So, because I managed to break it a few times by getting it sort of, you know, stuck in a loop. And I noticed that there's a balance between, if you write too little, it kind of then comes up with something very mundane.
Right.
If you write too much, it sometimes just has a sort of brain fart and then repeats back at you literally more or less what you've written. So you have to find a happy medium with just enough detail for it to sort of extrapolate from.
Okay.
So write a story about Darth Vader and the Emperor. Okay, right. So here we go. Darth Vader, the most feared warrior in the galaxy, stood before the Emperor, his master. The Emperor was a powerful Sith Lord, and Vader was his most loyal servant. Vader, my faithful servant, the Emperor said, you have served me well. I am pleased with you. Don't call my master, Vader replied. I have a special mission for you, Vader, the Emperor replied. I want you to go to the planet Tatooine and find the Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. He is the son of Anakin Skywalker. Oh, wow, this is a deleted scene. The man who betrayed me. I want you to bring Luke to me so that I can convert him into a Sith Lord like you. It will be as you command, my master, Vader said. The Emperor smiled. You are truly a loyal servant, Vader. I am pleased with you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is.
It's got some things wrong. Anakin Skywalker, it's got the timeline wrong, so in terms of Star Wars.
Right, but that is still really, really clever.
Now let's try and do one that's too long.
Good. All right, write a story about
going to the opticians, and during the visit, the optician catches fire, and then afterwards,
an elephant walks in.
And Darth Vader and the Emperor eat it. Okay, now let's see if that's
too
much.
So you think that's too long?
It could be. Darth Vader and the Emperor went to the optician's office for a routine eye exam. However, during the exam, the optician's office caught on fire. The Emperor and Darth Vader quickly ran out of the burning building. Once they were safely outside, they saw an elephant walking by. The Emperor and Darth Vader decided to kill the elephant and eat it. They had a fun time doing so and were very satisfied with their meal. That's not bad.
But
you see, it didn't give you quite such a long story. It's like, so...
it struggled to...
So, hit and miss. Obviously I've been sharing some throughout this episode.
Darth Vader was feeling mischievous. He had just finished a long day of leading the Empire and blowing things up with his lightsaber, and he was feeling playful. So he decided to sneak up on his master, the Emperor, and give him a little surprise. He waited until the Emperor was sitting down, then he lifted up the back of his cloak and blew a raspberry on his buttocks. The Emperor jumped in surprise, then turned around and saw Darth Vader standing there with a grin on his face. The Emperor was not amused. He glared at Darth Vader and said,
"You will pay for this, Darth Vader. I will make you suffer."
But Darth Vader just laughed and said,
"I don't care. It was worth it."
However, I've had more luck with screenplays, asking it to write screenplays. So write a screenplay
about Darth Vader,
in which Darth Vader and the Emperor, but we'll keep the same optician thing. Right, so write a screenplay. So submit. Interior, the optician's day. Darth Vader and the Emperor sat in the waiting room. The optician comes out. See, oh God, it's gone.
Oh, it's gone crazy. Whoa.
God, there's not a lot of dialogue. Okay, we've broken it.
There's zero dialogue.
Okay. Darth Vader and the Emperor are sat in the waiting room. The optician comes out and calls them. Darth Vader and the Emperor follow him into the room. The optician asks them to read the letters on the wall. Darth Vader starts to get agitated. The Emperor tells him to calm down. The optician asks Darth Vader to read the letters again. Darth Vader starts to get angry. The optician asks what's wrong. Darth Vader doesn't respond. The optician asks if he's sure he wants to go ahead with the eye test. Darth Vader doesn't respond. Wow, he's had a total meltdown. The optician asks if he's sure he doesn't want to go ahead with the eye test. Darth Vader doesn't respond. The optician gives out and leaves the room. Darth Vader starts to breathe heavily. The Emperor asks what's wrong. Darth Vader doesn't respond. Right now,
but there's no dialogue,
we've
though.
broken it. We've broken it.
I think your job's safe, Paul.
You say this. Write a movie script. Let's just change some of the wording. This is what sometimes you have to do. Darth Vader and the Emperor sitting in the waiting room of an optician's. Okay, I've got a good feeling about this one, so to speak.
Okay.
To coin a phrase. Wow, this is a long one.
I think it's enough. It's too long of a story.
No, we've got multiple scenes here. I just want to see how. I actually want to know what happens. This is bad. He's gone to the hospital. I can see this.
Oh no. Oh my god, it's just repeating itself now.
All right, why is it doing this? Darth Vader and the Emperor are sitting in the waiting room with an opticians. Darth Vader is fidgeting impatiently. The Emperor, relax, Darth. We'll be seen soon. Darth Vader, I don't see why we have to come here. I have perfect vision. The Emperor, just humour me, all right? A few minutes later, they're called into the testing room. The optician is a kindly old man. The optician, now let's take a look at your eyes, shall we? He shines a light into Darth Vader's eyes. I'm just going to get my colleague to take a look. He leaves the room. Darth Vader, what's wrong with my eyes? The Emperor, I'm sure it's nothing. A few minutes later, the optician returns with a younger woman. I'm sorry, Darth, but we're going to have to refer you to a specialist. Darth Vader, what? Why? There's something wrong with the way your eyes are functioning. We're not sure what it is. Okay, it's not very funny.
Well, you didn't say write a comedy script.
No. They get into Darth Vader's car.
drama.
All right, let's ask for a specific genre. All right,
Write a comedy
script in which Darth Vader and the Emperor go for an eye test, and Darth Vader
faints.
keeps fainting. Darth Vader, I can't see the Emperor. You're just not trying, Darth. I am trying, my lord, but everything is so blurry. Fine, we'll go to the optometrist. At the optometrist. Darth Vader, I still can't see. The Emperor, the optometrist will help you, Darth. Darth Vader, I don't want to go. The Emperor, you have to try, Darth.
They're already there.
Darth Vader faints. The Emperor, Darth! Darth Vader, I'm sorry, my lord, I don't know what came over me. The Emperor, we'll have to come back another day.
Oh,
that's the end of it.
That's okay, you're right.
Okay.
AI, sorry.
It was Darth Vader's job to make sure the Emperor was happy, and so he was always on the lookout for ways to please him. When he saw an opportunity to get the Emperor a unique and special gift, he took it. The Emperor's birthday was coming up, and Darth Vader decided to give him the best present ever. He found a horse that had been shaved completely bald and presented it to the Emperor as a gift. The Emperor was confused and a little bit scared at first, but Darth Vader reassured him that it was a gift from the heart. The Emperor slowly warmed up to the idea and started crying tears of joy. He was so touched by the gesture that he decided to keep the horse as a pet and named it Vader's horse. From then on, the two of them were inseparable.
God, why?
You keep trying to do it to me. Let's go to the Discord. This is Mid-Journey. Now, this is one of the other most popular
AI art generators.
Thank you, dear.
Anytime.
I had to pay money for this, so www.patreon.com/Mr. Biffo.
Right, and this is only available on Discord, isn't it? For some weird reason.
Yeah, well, you go online,
Why?
but then you put in the prompts in a Discord server that they send you a link to.
Oh.
So, okay, so you can get the disgusting art, but, well, let's do Darth Vader at the opticians, but you can also do it in the style
No,
of...
do Darth Vader in the bath.
In the bath, in the style of...
Monet. Because Monet's art is generally quite nice and pretty.
So it takes a little while to generate. It normally gives you a choice of 4 different images, and you can then ask it to generate extra images based upon any one of those as a starting point. Okay, that's pretty good.
It's not horrifically disgusting.
I mean...
I don't feel the urge to look away or cover my eyes.
It looks like Monet. So you got the flowers.
Hey,
so.
that's not bad.
All right, well, let's do in the style of Picasso.
All right. I'm really liking the colours.
All right, and let's keep it going in the style of...
Salvador Dali.
Let's do one more in the style of Van Gogh, or, depending on your pronunciation, Van Gogh. Van Gogh.
Oh.
I made you Van Gogh then, didn't I? Pathetic. Wasn't Monet... the reason why he painted like that was because he had bad eyesight. Isn't that right? That's how he saw the world. It wasn't a style as such.
That's really cool.
To him, that was photorealistic.
I love it. I love Monet. I'm
good.
loving the colours.
You see, it doesn't have to be a kind of...
I mean, I'm not sure about all this. What's going on here?
He's just
kind of all a bit
looks
melted.
like he's stirring
it
the
looks
bath.
like he's behind... Stirring the bath with what? Is that a leg or...
Sith stick.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, here's the Picasso one.
It's coming.
I love the Picasso ones.
They're great. I mean, they are. That's Picasso.
That one's my favourite.
Look at dall-e. I mean, I would buy that as a dall-e.
This isn't proof that all AI art, that some AI art can be nice.
Duck. They've made him into a duck. Like a bath duck.
Bath duck.
Well, what do you call it? A rubber duck?
Oh, yeah.
He's like a bath duck.
Well, if it
duck
a
Vader.
duck that fills up the whole bath.
Duck.
Very good.
Thank you.
All right, so far the Monet is the least disgusting
What about
of them.
Van Gogh.
Oh,
Okay, I mean, look at that.
that's
Van Gogh.
horrible, but...
Okay, it's Darth Vader. He's not meant to look nice. If you don't want horrible art, let's not do Darth Vader. But
All right, let's do something else then.
It's got a wheat field behind. These are amazing.
They are amazing.
The big question. Is that art? I know every artist on some level is influenced by what has gone before.
But there's a human element to it because it's not like someone has told them. Well, sometimes they have, but
Paint like that artist.
yeah.
All right, well, let's do one more while you're waffling on.
Yeah. It's... You found that way too funny.
Because you didn't know what I said at first.
I think even though every artist creates their art with the influences that they've pulled in to themselves throughout their lives, it has more humanity to it. Usually there's some sort of feeling to it.
But you're getting a feeling from these. You're
Yeah, the feeling of
disgusted.
disgust. Is that what it's intending though?
Now they go check out Donghouse inside of. Cool, Don's got all the things that a boy can need, all the cool things, like I've got a kitchen, yeah, cool. Got a bed for John to sleep on, an internet bed, cool. Yeah, and even got a ceiling. Now, I hope you enjoyed my tour of the cyberspace where John lives, of internet. And I hope to see you one day soon on the computer. Cool, Dong out.
Let's try something that doesn't involve Darth Vader.
All right,
Before
yeah,
we
let's see
move
if we
on,
can try and make one that is not disgusting.
Let's do a Monet.
Monet, that's quite safe.
A painting of a boy in the park in the style of Monet. Okay, here's the boy in the park.
What? What?
Okay, you happy now?
No way. They're not. They don't seem to be repulsive. From a distance, they don't seem to be repulsive. Let's look at them close up.
Bet you say that to all the boys. So based upon that, I, as the head of Disney Plus now, if only.
Digi Plus.
That'd be nice. Digi Plus. I commissioned an AI to come up with a brand new Star Wars story based upon my own input and my own wants and things I wanted to see in a Star Wars film. You've seen,
Get worried.
You've seen some of my early efforts throughout this episode. This, though, is the full thing.
The final masterpiece.
Yes, so I present for you Star Wars Episode 8, The Dark Lord's Fury.
Ooh.
Darth Vader is in the process of giving the Emperor an unscheduled sponge bath. The Emperor is clearly uncomfortable and looks like he would rather be anywhere else. Suddenly, Darth Vader blows an unwanted raspberry between the Emperor's shriveled old balls.
What the hell are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm giving you a sponge bath.
You blow a raspberry between my balls. That is unacceptable.
I'm sorry, Emperor. It won't happen again.
It had better not. Now get out of here.
Darth Vader leaves the bathroom, clearly angry.
Stupid idiot.
Darth Vader storms down the corridor, still angry about the incident with the Emperor. He bumps into a stormtrooper.
Watch where you're going.
Sorry, sir.
Stupid stormtroopers.
The Emperor is sitting in his quarters, fuming about the incident with Darth Vader. Suddenly, Darth Vader bursts into the room.
You old bastard. How dare you talk to me in that way?
How dare you blow a raspberry between my balls? That is unacceptable.
I should kill you for that.
You wouldn't dare.
Try me.
You are lucky I don't have you killed for this insubordination.
I would like to see you try.
That's it. You're finished. Get out of my sight. Stupid idiot.
Darth Vader leaves the room, still seething with anger. Darth Vader walks down the corridor, still angry about his encounter with the Emperor. He bumps into a stormtrooper.
I said watch where you're going.
Sorry, sir.
Stupid stormtroopers.
Meanwhile on Tatooine, Ben Kenobi is sitting at a table, looking at some old photographs. He comes across a picture of himself in a pair of Speedos. He looks at it for a moment, then puts it down. Luke Skywalker comes over.
Uncle Ben, what's that?
Oh, that's me in a pair of Speedos. I used to wear them all the time when I was younger. They're comfortable and they show off your muscles.
I don't know. They just look strange.
Let's go on an adventure. I'll show you some more pictures of me in my Speedos along the way.
Okay.
The vastness of space is punctuated by the bright twinkle of stars. A small spacecraft speeds through the inky blackness, its single engine leaving a trail of exhaust behind it. C-3PO, a golden humanoid droid, is at the controls of the ship. His face is set in a permanent frown and his body is shaking. R2-D2, a small blue and white droid, beeps and was next to him.
I can't take it anymore, R2. I keep thinking you're a ghost. Ever since we were sucked into that black hole, I've been seeing things. Such terrible things. I know it's all in my head, but I can't shake this feeling that you're a ghost. I'm sorry, R2. I just can't take it anymore. I have to get off the ship.
C-3PO unbuckles his seatbelt and stands up. He takes a few steps towards the airlock, his body shaking uncontrollably.
What is it?
R2-D2 suddenly disgorges a torrent of froth from his mouth. The froth surrounds C-3PO, and he starts to scream.
What are you doing? Stop it, R2. I just need some time.
Darth Vader and the Emperor are standing next to a dollhouse. The Emperor is holding a pair of pliers and is trying to squeeze one of his balls through the window of the dollhouse.
What the hell are you doing?
Darth Vader and the Emperor turn to see Luke Skywalker and Ben Kenobi standing in the doorway.
We are trying to squeeze the Emperor's balls through the window of a dollhouse.
Why are you doing that?
It's a game we like to play.
You will leave now or suffer my wrath.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Darth Vader and the Emperor attack Luke and Ben. The four of them fight. Darth Vader and the Emperor are getting the better of Luke and Ben. Just then, Yoda and a group of Jedi Knights arrive.
Luke, Ben, you must stop fighting Darth Vader and the Emperor.
Why should we do that?
Because they were trying to squeeze the Emperor's balls through the window of a dollhouse.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Remember, Luke, the Force will be with you, always. The Force will be real, always. The Swiss will...
No one's going to be watching this far. No one's going to be watching this bit.
I want to know in the comments, did you watch it? Were you able to watch it, or was it too disgusting and you could only listen to it? Or was it even too disgusting to listen to?
No one's going to comment because there's only about, not even half of them, 10% of them watch to the end.
Well, if you are watching to the end, please let us know. Were the images too disgusting to look at? Was the story too disgusting to listen to? Or did you manage both?
Thank you very much to our Digi friends, Luke von Faber, who did a lot of the art that you've seen in this episode. He's a genius.
Much nicer art than the AI could ever do.
Obviously, your man Ashens, our friend Noah from Asperger of Us, Ethan Lawrence, and thank you for watching. It's been a long one. I don't know how much of this will survive. There'll probably be lots of bits of this important philosophical debate. No, I can't believe this was a Digitiser episode either. There'll probably be lots of outtakes on our Patreon. Our Patreon's bloody great, by the way.
Bloody fantastic.
It genuinely is. We do a lot of things on there. I think it's the best value Patreon on earth.
Whoa.
I'm saying
Those are big words.
I'm saying it. We have a sliding scale from £1 a month up to £23. Don't ask why it's £23. I just copied it off other people's things. I think it's something to do with exchange rates or something. That very top tier, you get everything, including kind of more or less weekly podcasts about writing, which I talk about working in TV and writing. We do normally about twice a month live Zoom chats where I and Sanja will chat, and we'll go through. At the moment, we're going through Mr. Biffo's found footage. We do blog posts often where I'm whinging about our life at the moment, which is... It's been better. And then you have episodes early. You get the podcast that we do. Look, there's a lot on there. We do a lot. If you think that you enjoy anything that we do, sign up to our Patreon. I know this is grubby e-begging, as they call it, but we do try to give back, and we really appreciate everyone.
We really appreciate everyone.
Really,
it does
appreciate
mean a lot.
everyone. It's
I
until
actually like this stuff. All those disgusting images, all that toilet humour.
Yeah,
all the weird stories.
We even put on some subscribers this week. We've started doing that every time we get a subscriber now.
Yay.
We're doing something right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Interior, Death Star, throne room. The Emperor sits on his throne, with Darth Vader standing at his side. R2-D2 is in the corner, beeping indignantly.
Darth Vader, I am tired of this droid's incessant beeping.
Yes, my lord.
Silence it.
As you wish. Vader uses the Force to lift R2-D2 off the ground and carry him over to the Emperor's throne.
Open its hatch.
Vader does as he is ordered, and the Emperor begins to relieve himself into R2-D2's open hatch. The droid beeps and squeals in protest, but is powerless to escape.
Look at it squirm. That'll teach it to be so noisy.
Vader closes R2-D2's hatch, and the droid is left to stew in his own filth.